Yeah, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be learning Photoshop. Okay, what is Photoshop? Photoshop is an image or picture editing software. Also, Photoshop is a graphic designing software. It's a software used in graphic designing. Okay, we can use Photoshop to enhance the quality of our image or pictures. We can use it to improve the quality or the standard of our images and pictures. We can use Photoshop to manipulate our images and our pictures. Also, we can use Photoshop in graphic design. We can use it in designing flyers, banners, ID cards, jotters, notebooks, complimentary cards, magazines, and so on and so forth. We can use it in design. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the interface of Photoshop we're having here. This is our toolbar, this is our menu bar, this is our layer area. Okay, Windows helps us to activate the interface of Photoshop. That's Windows. It helps us to activate what the interface of what Photoshop. Everything that is displaying on this interface, they are all activated from Windows. Like for example, let me go to Windows. Let me remove option. You can see the option is removed. Let me go to Windows. Let me remove tool. You can see our toolbar has been removed. Let me go to Windows. Let me click on layer. You can see our layer has been removed. Let me go to window. Let me click on color. You can see our color has been removed. See? So now let me go to Windows. Let me go to workspace. Let me go to essential. As you can see, essential have displayed all. Let me go to Windows. Let me go to workspace. Let me go to basic. So basic have different interface. Let me go to Windows. Let me go to workspace. Let me go to automation. Automation have its own what interface. Now the interface that is mostly used is what? Essential. Let's go to essential. Windows, workspace, essential. Okay, it's the default what? Essential is the default interface. Okay, now let us create a new document. Let's create a new document in Photoshop. You can create a new document by coming to File, New, or press Ctrl N to create a new document. File, New. So this is our new document. Let's give it Peter. Let's call it Peter, P-E-T-E-R. Okay, our document name Peter. Now we have different units. We have pixels, we have inches, we have centimeter, we have millimeter, we have points, we have picas, we have column. So in this case, we are using inches, but in some areas they use pixels. Okay. Now the width size is 7 inches, while the height of our image is what 5 inches. The resolution, the industrial standard resolution is 300. Okay. We have 300 pixels per inch. Let's click OK. So I'm trying to move this our work area, our workspace is locked. So what am I going to do? I'm going to unlock this background by clicking it. I've unlocked it, so I can now move it to and fro. Okay. Now let me press Ctrl Alternate Z, undo. If you want to repeat any step, want to undo any step you've taken, you press Ctrl Alternate Z, don't undo any step. So now let's import another document into what? Photoshop. We can go to File, Open, to import a document. Okay. We can also go to the document. Let's go to the document here. You can also click on the document we want to import. Okay. Let's click on this one and move it into Photoshop. As you can see, we'll place this document in Photoshop. This is a marriage I covered. Now let me zoom in. Let me zoom out. I have a video of how to zoom in and zoom out in Photoshop. You can subscribe to my channel and you see the video there. Alright. Okay. Now let's unlock this background. Let's duplicate the layer now. Ctrl J is duplicate. Ctrl J. You can see we have 3 layers here. We have 3 layers here. You can also duplicate our layer by coming to layer, duplicate. As you can see, we now have what? 4 We have 4 layers. I have a video also on how to duplicate our layer. You can subscribe to my channel and you'll see the video there. Okay, now let me select all this image. I'm selecting all of them. Select all of them. Select all of them, all the image. Control T. That is free transform. The short form of the free transform is Control T. Alright, I'm going to free transform it. Okay. Alright, okay. Now let's drop our tool. Let's drop our tool. Okay, let's drop our tool. Now we have 4 layers, as you can see. We have 4 layers. This is one of the image. This is one of the images. Let me drop it. This is one of the images. This is another one. And this is another one. Okay. Now let me highlight. Let me select all of them together again. Let me select all of them. Let me select all. Control T to free transform it. Okay. Control T to free transform it. All right. Let me move this one here. Let me go to this one. Let me move this one here. Let me move this one here. Let me move this one here. So as you can see, we now have 4 images, 4 different layers. Okay. Now let me give it a background. Let me give it a background. Let me control our rectangular tool, click on it, draw it, okay, to take it down. So what I'm going to do, I'll come to layer, I'll click on the rectangular tool, come to layer, arrange layer, send back. See, as you can see, it's back now. Let me still select these images, Control T, Control T, Control T, I'm transforming it, okay. Okay, now I want to merge them together, this 4 layer. So what I want to do, I want to press Control E. So I've merged it together, they are now 1, okay. You can see I'm moving, they are now what? 1. The layer is now what? 1. So what am I going to do? I want to add a stroke to this image. I have a video on that, how to stroke an image or a picture. You can subscribe to my channel and you will see the video there. Okay, stroke. Now let me increase the size of the stroke. Okay, let me change the color to white. Change the color to white. Okay, now successfully what stroke what this image. Now we can bright this. Let's go to image adjustment, image adjustment, sub menu, brightness. Now we can increase the brightness of any image. See, it's dark. Increase the brightness, normal, as you can see. Increase the contrast, as you can see. Okay, go to image adjustment. Now image adjustment is talking about how to adjust your image, to balance it, to balance your image. If it's dark, you make it to be bright. If it's bright, if it's too much bright, make it to be dark. That's what image adjustment is talking about. Then level, also level, make it to be bright. Wow, level is mostly used. Or make it to be dark, make it to be bright, make it to be dark. That is level. Let's cancel that one. Let's go to image adjustment, curve, mostly used. Increase the brightness. Let me increase the brightness a little here. Let me increase the brightness of this image. Let me click OK. Let me curve. Let me Control M is the short form. Control M is the short form. You can increase it. You can make it to be dark. Okay. So let's leave it like this. Leave it like this. Okay. Now image adjustment, exposure. We have hue and saturation. We have color balance. Color balance is used. It's mostly used. Good. Now Let me balance the color. I'll make this one 4. Make this one -2. Okay, balance my color. Let me go to image, adjustment, black and white. If you want to make it black and white, you can see our image has turned gray or black and white. I have a video on how to turn your image gray or black and white. Subscribe to my channel and you see the video there. Okay, go to image, adjustment, hue and saturation. The hue changes the color. See, hue changes the color, while the saturation makes the color to be more pronounced. Make the color to be more pronounced. Okay, as you can see your saturation. Now let's leave it here. Okay. Now we can add a text to this. We can add a text to this. Let's go to text 2. Click on it. Come here. Click it. Let's say bride. Bride. Now let me increase the font size. Ctrl T. Ctrl T to free transform. I'm increasing the font size. Okay. Now Ctrl T again. Let me reduce the font size here. Okay. Sorry, let me change the font type. I want to change the font type now. Okay, come here. Let's use this one now. No, let me use another one. Now let's change the color. Let's change the color. Let's change the color to be, what color do you prefer? Let's use this one now. Okay. You can pick color from the image. You can pick a color from the image. If you want to learn how to stroke a text, I have a video on that, on how to stroke a text. You can watch my video so you learn how to stroke a text. Okay, let me drop my tool. Now let's stroke this text. Let's just stroke it. Let's stroke it. Let's go to layer. Okay, let's go to layer style. Let's go to stroke. Okay, let's add the stroke to it. But you can subscribe to my channel and see the video on how to stroke. How to stroke a text is there. Alright, let's stroke it. Let's stroke it. Okay, let's use this one. No. This is okay. Let's increase the stroke. Let me change the color. This is better. Okay, let me free transform. Okay. Let me free transform it. Alright, yeah, through this one. Let me bring this into Photoshop. Let me bring it into Photoshop. Now, note this. This image, the background is plain, which means the background is uniform. Okay, example one color, the background is uniform. So we can use magic eraser tool to remove the background in one click. Since the background is uniform, we can use any background that is uniform, that is plain. We can use magic eraser tool to remove that background in one click. Okay, now we must unlock our background. Let's double click it to unlock it. Okay, now let me select magic eraser tool. In one click, it will remove the background. Just click it once. As you can see, the background is removed. Why? Because the background is plain, it is uniform. Now I see we've cut out the background of this image. Let me import a background to put there. Let me go to blur. Let me bring this one. Let me take it there. Let me put it. Okay. Now let me take it to the back. Now let's send it. Go to layer. Want to take it downward to this. Want to take it below the image. Go to layer. Arrange layer. Send to back. You can see send to back. So let me increase the size to free transform or control the free transform. Control T. Holding our shift key. We increase the size. Holding our shift key, we increase the size. Okay. Now I want you to note this now. Let's go to File, Edit. Sorry, let's go to. I want you to note this now. Let's go to Edit, Free Transform. Now in this free transform now, I'm not holding my Shift key now. As you can see, as you can see it, the image is not proportional. Why? Because I'm not holding the Shift key. Okay. Undo, Control and Z. Now holding Control T, holding my Shift key, the image is proportional. It's not bent. It cannot what? Be bent. Okay. Now I can flip this image. Control T, right click, go to flip horizontal. This our image has been turned. Go to flip horizontal. Go to flip vertical. Go to flip vertical. So this is how to flip our image in Photoshop. Okay. Also, we can equally rotate our image. Go to image rotation, 90 clockwise, or Control T. We can move it. Control T. Now we can now rotate it. As you can see, we can rotate our image. Okay. We can rotate our image in Photoshop. We can rotate our image in Photoshop. Okay, that is that. Okay, now let's save this document. Let's undo. Control alternate Z. Okay. Now let's save this document. Control alternate S. Saving in JPEG format. I will make a video on how to save pictures in different formats, in PSD, which is Photoshop format, in JPEG, and in PNG, Pocket Docket Graphics. I'll make a video on that. Please subscribe to this channel so I get those videos. Okay, I've saved my image. Now we want to import on that image into Photoshop, and the image we want to import, we are going to cut the background. We're going to remove the background using what? Our quick selection tool. Okay, let's go straight to the image now. Let's go to File, Open. Let's pick one image here. Let's pick this image. Okay, the groom is important. Image is important. Now, what are we going to do? Let's unlock our background. Press our crop tool. Press the button C to activate our crop tool, or come to here, click it. Now crop the image. Let's crop it this way. Let's crop it. This groom. The marriage, and what I covered the marriage. The marriage was awesome also. Now this groom, want to remove the background, want to cut out the background using quick selection tool. Now this is our quick selection tool. Click on it. Okay. Click on it. Let me select the image right away. Selecting the image. Now note this. In the quick selection tool, we have new selection, we have add selection, we have subtract selection. Okay. Now go to this point now. The brush size of the selection. We can increase the diameter. We can also reduce it. Moving the slider forward, we are increasing the brush size. Moving the slider backward, we are reducing the brush size. Also, we can use our bracket key. We can use our bracket key. Bracket close to increase the brush size. Bracket open to reduce the brush size. Okay, let's continue with our selection now. Okay. We are making our selection. We are making our selection using the quick selection tool. Let me zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Let me increase my brush size. Let me increase the brush size. Okay. Select here. Let's select here. Let's select here. We are using our quick selection tool to make the selection, okay? Quick selection is one of the favorite tools, or it's one of the common tools used in Photoshop selection. Now let's come to this point. We'll reduce the diameter of the brush. Okay, make it to be smaller to make selection here. Okay, make it to be smaller. Okay, the areas that are small, you reduce the brush size to make the selection. Let's increase the brush size again to make the selection. Okay, making selection using our quick selection tool. Okay, we are making selection using our quick selection tool. Let me reduce the brush size to make the selection. I've done that. Reduce the brush size. Okay, the brush size is reduced to make selection here. Let me zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. I'm using quick selection tool to make the selection. I'm using quick selection tool to make the selection. You're almost through. You're almost there. Okay, you're almost there. I think in the next seconds will be through. The next seconds will be through this selection. Alright, I think, okay. Okay, we are going to make our brush to be smaller. Reduce the diameter of our brush size. Okay, for small area, we'll reduce the diameter of the brush size by pressing open bracket. Alright, I think we are done with that selection. Let me zoom out. I have a video on how to zoom in and how to zoom out in Photoshop. Subscribe to my channel so you get the video. This selection here. We're almost through. We're almost through. We're almost through. I think we are through with our selection. Okay, let me come this way. Holding my Alt key to subtract selection. This is a perfect selection. Holding an Alt key, subtract selection. Okay, you are making our selection. Let's be patient. We're almost through. Alright, I think we are through. We right click on image. Let me zoom in. We right click on the image, go to refine edge. Okay, our expand and contrast 10, feather 2, smoothness 5, okay, radius 0, contrast 0, okay. Then delete. As you can see, now Ctrl D, go to select, deselect, Ctrl D. Now my selection have been deselect. Okay, let me select this image as here. Delete. Let me select it where. Delete. Ctrl D. to the select. Okay, this is our image now. Successfully what? Select this image. Now let me call this area, okay? This area, I'll use my healing brush tool. Come to this point, spot healing brush. Now, since this area we want to heal is large, so we cannot use our spot healing brush tool there. Spot healing brush tool is used to heal spots. Okay, let's do to heal this spot. Let's do heal this particular place. Okay, just that spot. Okay. Let me undo Control and Z. Now let me reduce the brush size. Okay. Now I'll use my path shading tool to do this. I'll circle it. I'll take it to the area where I want it to be. I want to use to fill that place. As you can see, it has been healed. Okay. I'll make a video on the healing brush tool. To subscribe to our channel to get those videos. Okay. Now let me heal this area. Let me remove this. Okay, this is it. Control D, deselect. Okay. Control T, free transform. Okay, let me zoom. Now let me increase the size. This area, I use my cone tool to fill it. Alright. Come here, let me fill it. Let me increase the brush size. Okay. Now we've cut the background of this image. We've cut the background of this image. So I want to replace that background with another background. Let me go this way. Let me go to this place. Let me pick this background. Let me use this background to fit there. Alright. Okay, I like this image. I will left click on this image while holding it. I'm moving it to this image. I'm still holding it. I bring to this image and I dropped it. Okay. Now, I want to send this layer below this layer. What am I going to do? I go to layer, arrange layer, send to back. It's behind it. Okay, this layer now, transform, Control T. So this is it. This is it. This is it. Okay. Now let me add a text to this. Let me add a text to this. Let me add a text to this. Let me use my rectangular tool, click on it. Let me draw a shape, rectangular shape. Let me drop it there. Let me bring it forward. Control, close bracket. Let me go to the text tool. Let me click on it. Let me type a text here. The groom. Okay, let me drop the tool. Let me free transform it. Okay, let me increase the size of the font. Okay, let me free transform it again. Bring this way down. Okay, let me edit the text. Remove the. Okay, let me change the font color to white. Let me change the font color to white. Okay, let me drop it. Let me move it here. Let me bring it forward. Control bracket. There is it. The groom. The groom. Let me. Control to the Z. Groom. Let me leave it this way. Okay, let me edit the text. The handsome groom. If we transform it, all right, this is it. If we transform it, So what we've changed the background of this image, we've cut out the image, and now this is what we have. We've used quick selection tool to cut out the background of this image, and we'll replace that background with what on that background. So this is it. Now the next tool we are going to use the pen tool. We are going to use the pen tool to cut out the background of an image. Let's quickly import the image into Photoshop. But before that, let's save this image. Okay, let's save it. Ctrl S. Let's save in Photoshop format. Let's also save this in JPEG form. Alright, okay, we've successfully cut out the background of this image using quick selection tool. Okay, now want to cut out the background of another image again using pen tool. Okay, want to cut the background of another image, or want to remove the background of an image using what? The pen tool. Okay, let's quickly import the image into Photoshop. Alright, this image are going to be importing. Okay, now let's zoom in. This is a baby I snapped on her birthday. Okay, now let's go to image adjustment, curve. Okay, let's increase the brightness. That's good. Okay, image adjustment. Let's go to level. Let's take it down. All right. Okay, image adjustment, curve. Let's brighten it. Okay. Now let's crop this image. Let's crop this image to be 5 by 7. The width is 5, while the height is what? 7. Let's type in 5 IN, which is inches, 7 IN, which is inches. Resolution 300. Okay. Now let's crop the image. Let's crop the image. Okay. Now what we're going to do, let's unlock our background layer. Double click it. Okay, let's zoom in so I can see. To activate our pen tool, press P or come to the pen tool here, click on it. Alright, let's start tracing the image now. Let's trace the image. Let's start from this point. Okay, let's start from here. Please watch closely. Watch how I'm doing it. Okay. Want to change the background of this image, or want to cut the background. Alright, okay. Undo, Control, Alternate Z. Alright, I'm selecting the image. Making selection of the image using my pen tool. Alright, select the image using my pen tool. Okay. Please watch closely how we are doing it. Okay, I'm making selection of the image using my pen tool. I zoomed in so that I can see the image properly. Okay, as I zoomed in. Okay, we're almost through the selection. Almost through the selection. Want to cut out the background of this image. Okay, Control and Z. All right, the selection is progressing. We're almost there. To undo, Control Alternate Z. Any portion you don't like, any step you took that you want to repeat, you don't like, you press Control Alternate Z button. Control Alternate Z. Any step taken that is not right, Control Alternate Z to undo. We're almost through the. I think in some seconds now we'll be through this election. Zoom in. In some seconds now we'll be through. Okay, look at this point now. Where there is 0, click on it here. See, make selection, new the feather should be 2. Feather 2, new selection. Okay. So what am I going to do now? I selected the image. Okay. So the selection is made on image. So I'll go to select inverse. Okay. Now I've selected the background. Background is selected now. Maybe my layer is unlocked. Okay. So delete. As you can see, our background layer, the background of the image has been cut out. The background of the image has been cut out. Okay. Now, what am I going to do next? I want to import another image into Photoshop. I want to import another image into Photoshop. This is the image I want to import into Photoshop. Okay. This is the image I want to import into Photoshop. Now let me crop this. Let me unlock the background. Let me crop this image. I need the share, okay? Let me crop it. Alright, okay. Free transform. Holding my control key. No. Okay, holding my control key. I want it to go. Holding my control key. I want this shape, something like this. Alright, good. Holding my free transform, undo. Free transform, holding my shift key now to make it proportional, okay? I want to make it of a share, okay? Now let me use my quick selection tool to make selection there. Let me use a quick selection tool to make a selection of this share. Okay. Be fast. Let me use the quick selection tool to make a selection of this share. Okay, let me make a selection of this share. Let me use my quick selection tool to make a selection of this share. Okay. All right, okay. Okay. Let me increase the size of my brush. Let me increase the size of my brush. Okay. Let me select this area. Let me select this area. Alright, okay, let me select this area. Okay. Okay, we are making the selection of the background. Alright, I think we are through. I think we are through with selection right away. Okay. Now let's right click image. Let me zoom in. Okay. Now let's right click the image. Feather 2. Press 2. Okay. Don't delete. All right. Now go to select, deselect. That's Ctrl D, short form. Okay. Now let me select this portion. Okay, let me crop it now. Let me crop it. Let me crop the image. Let me crop the share. Okay, all right, okay. Let me select this area. All right, okay. Let me do a quick selection tool. Let me select this area. Let's delete. Okay, Ctrl D. Let me zoom in. Okay, let me see make a selection. Ctrl D. Okay, delete now. Okay, Ctrl D, deselect. Now I want to crop this share. I want to use the share for the baby. I want to crop the share. Let's press C to activate the crop tool. Okay, let me draw my crop tool. Okay, let's crop it now. Good. Now we now have the share. So we've successfully remove the background of this share using our quick selection tool. We've removed the background of the share. Okay. So this is how to cut the background this is how to cut out the background of an image, or this is how to remove the background of an image using quick selection tool. Let me drop my tool. Let's continue to this point. Okay, look at this image here. Want to bring this share, want to move this share into this image. So watch me closely as to do that. Let's left click on the share, holding it, moving it to this other workspace. I'll drop it here. Okay, I have a video on how to move an image from one workspace to another workspace. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please go to subscribe so you can watch that video. Now let me send this share backward. Okay, I'll go to layer, arrange layer, send back. Okay, now I've sent it backward. Okay, as you can see. Now let me free transform the share. Ctrl T. I want to make the baby to be sitting on the share. Ctrl T. All right. Oh, we are following. We are progressing. Okay. Now let me click on this image, baby. Ctrl T. Let me reduce it. Ctrl T. As you can see, our baby is now sitting on the share. Now let me join these two images together. Okay. I want to transform the share and image together. Okay, let me select both of them. Holding my control, I click on this one, so I've selected both of them. Then Ctrl T. Moving the both image together. Let me bring it downward. Wow, this is awesome. Isn't it? We are progressing. Okay. We are progressing. Let me move it downward. use my downward arrow key to bring it downward. All right, okay. Now this is it. Let me click on the baby alone. Let me click on the baby alone. Go to edit, free transform. All right, I think this is okay right away. Let me balance the baby away. Okay, I think that is good. Good. Now let me zoom in. Now I want to balance this image properly. The image, okay, let me go to, all right, okay. I want to balance the image of this baby. I want to balance it properly. Okay, let me click on image and press level adjustment. Control L, short form. Okay, let me okay it. Now I want to make use of my lasso tool. My lasso tool. Now I want to make use of my lasso tool. Let me right click my lasso tool. I will now make selection of this baby. As you can see, I made selection of this baby from the neck. Okay, I will now use my feather. Feather it. Right click, feather. Let me type 88. Now control. Let me go to image, adjustment, level. Let me bring it down. Let me bring it down. I hope you are following what you are doing. We are using Photoshop to manipulate the image. Okay. Let me click OK. Now let me invert the selection. I want to brighten the face. Let me invert the selection. Let me go to select, inverse. Okay. Now Control M is short form of curve. Let's go to Control M or come to image, adjustment, curve. Let me increase the curve. Okay. Let me increase it there. Okay. Let me zoom out. Let me drop. Let me deselect it. Deselect. Okay. Now let me go to image again. Image. Let me go to image, adjustment, color balance. I will increase my cyan. Then I will reduce my magenta minus, say minus 3. Okay, this is it. This is it. All right. Okay. Now what am I going to do again now? I said earlier I have video on how to move an image from one workspace to another workspace. Now I want to move this background from this workspace into this workspace. What am I going to do? I come to this point, left click on it, holding my left key, I move it, come to this other workspace, and I drop it. Good. So we've moved the background. We've moved that image from that workspace to another workspace. Now I want to send this image backward. Now we have 3 layers here. We have 3 layers. I want to take this image to the down. I'll go to layer. I'll click on this layer. I want to take downward. Come to layer, arrange, send back. I click on the so I'll click on this downward layer and I'll move it. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's leave it this way. Okay. Let's leave it this way. So let's save our document now. Control Alternate Z. Save as. Okay. JPEG. On the JPEG. Save. Okay. Now I'm going to create a video on the format, on the way we should save our document. So subscribe to this channel so you get those videos. Okay. All right, let me save this one again. So we successfully what? Cut out the background of this image and replace it with a better one. Okay, let me add something to this one. Let me add the text to it. Let me add the text to it now. Okay, let's go to our text tool, click on it, let's say, and type happy. Okay, let me select the highlight, let me change the text color. Control T. Okay, let me change the text font. Come this way, change it. Let me change the text color. Okay, let me move. As you can see, the text is behind this shade. That's why I can't see it, because it's not visible. Okay, let me move it up. Let me go to, I'll click on it, go to layer, arrange layer, send to front. Okay, now I can see it. I can see it now. All right, let me change the font of the text. This is okay. Let me zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Let me zoom in. Okay, let me change the color of the text. Let me use this color. Let me use color. Okay, happy. Now let me duplicate this text. I'll click on it, click on the text, then Control J. I want to duplicate the layer now. So I've duplicated now to the happy is not to. Let me move this one down. Let me highlight it. Let me change to birthday. Control T to free transform it. Okay. Let me add rectangular shape below it. Okay, let me add rectangular shape below it. So let me go to my rectangular tool, right click on my rectangular tool. Let me draw the shape here. Send to back. Layer, arrange layer, send backward. Okay. Let me duplicate this background layer. Let me duplicate this rectangular shape. Okay, I'll hold my Alt key, click on it and move it. Hold my Alt key, left click it and move it. Okay, so I've duplicated it. Control T to free transform it. So you can see you have happy birthday. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. I think we are done with this. Okay, let me select the text and the rectangular background. I want to make it to be smaller. Okay, let me move up, select this one, okay, select this one. Control T. Let me zoom in. That's what I'm doing. All right, let me leave it this way. Let me arrange it now. Okay. Let me change the color of the text to the baby's, the color of the clothes the baby is wearing. Let me click on happy, change it. I'll call my piggy's color. Happy. Come click on this one. I want to change the color. Click on this color. Okay. I think we're okay with this. Happy birthday. Let me zoom out. All right. Okay. So this is it. I cannot save my document. Let me save it properly again. Control S to save it in PSD format, Control Alternate J, come to this point, JPEG format. I've saved it. So we've come to the end of this video. We successfully learned how to use Photoshop to manipulate images. We've learned the basics in Photoshop, so you can go ahead and start with photoshopping any image of your choice. If you love this video, please go to give it a thumbs up, go to subscribe to our channel, go to share with friends, and go to comment in the comment section. If you have any challenge, any question, please comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now.